Thanks. I'm just going to put it there. Hi, I'm Claire Matthews from Heineken in the UK. I'm really pleased to be here today to share with you Heineken's experience about working in partnership and telling you a bit about Helping Britain Blossom, which is our project that we're in partnership with the Urban Orchard project. You might know Heineken as the beer brand behind the bar, and so I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to who we are in the UK. Heineken is a 150-year-old family-owned beer and cider company. We are headquartered in Amsterdam. You probably know us as a Dutch brand. But in the UK, we have three breweries and a cidery from Edinburgh in Scotland down to Herefordshire. We employ just over 2,000 people, and in the UK we are in the unique position of also being a pub company. We own 1,200 pubs through our Star Pubs and Bars business, which gives us a different perspective on the market. Heineken's approach to sustainability is really embedded in our business. It's one of our 7 global business priorities, and we deliver sustainability through our long-term Brewing a Better World strategy. What does that mean? So we look at sustainability throughout our supply chain. So from the farmers that grow our barley and our apples, to the businesses that sell our beers and ciders, to the consumers that enjoy our products in their home or out in bars. We're making sure that we're mitigating and minimising our impact across the supply chain. There's no doubt that our biggest sustainability challenge in the UK is alcohol harm and alcohol misuse. And so we take that responsibility incredibly seriously, and that is what we prioritise. As such, we've worked in partnership with the largest alcohol addiction charity, Addiction, for the last 10 years. And I'm telling you this as a bit of context as to how we've come about in working in partnership and our experience of working in partnership and the value that we understand that has and that brings to projects that we're delivering. Working in partnership with Addiction has really shaped our business. It's far from a philanthropic project. It's not about writing checks. It's really about us understanding how we can improve our approach to addressing alcohol harm. I think the biggest step change in that relationship was in 2010, whenever our managing director took his management team, so our sales directors, our marketing director, our human resources director, to an addiction service in London. And they spent the evening with recovering alcoholics, and they got closer to the issues that these people in recovery had had. And the thing that our managing director and his management team took away was that one of the big problems was high-strength white cider. And at that time, Heineken owned some high-strength white cider brands. The next morning, our managing director made the announcement that we were withdrawing from that part of the market entirely. We would delist the high-strength white ciders that we owned, and those were White Lightning and Strongbow Black. That really shifted the relationship that we had with Addiction, because it became very two-way. They saw that we weren't in this for PR. We weren't in this because we felt that we had to. We were willing to take financially costly decisions to do the right thing and to have a long-term sustainable benefit in communities. So where has that led us to? That's taught us that partnership really is at the heart of the projects that we want to deliver and our sustainability strategy. In 2014, so yeah, last year, so we do move quite quickly, we wanted to establish a project that would see us have positive impact in communities. We wanted to have a different approach to how we work with communities across the country. We wanted to not move away from how we were addressing alcohol harm, but we wanted to establish other projects alongside that. We're the world's largest cider maker, and so we understand orchards and we understand apples. We use 30% of the apples in the UK to make our products. We have 10,000 acres of orchards in Herefordshire, and we saw firsthand the magic that orchards can have, the benefits that they bring to communities, and we wanted to share that with communities across the country, not just in rural areas, but in urban areas. So we set out a vision internally of let's establish a project that would bring orchards to urban communities across the country. We didn't know how to do that. We understand commercial orchards, but we don't understand how to set up community orchards in urban areas. So we looked to see who was already doing it and could help us on that journey. And that's when we met Kath. The London Orchard Project, as they were at the time, were the only charity whose core purpose was to bring urban orchards to communities. And so we asked Kath to come in and have coffee with us, not a cider, and share her learnings and the London Orchard Project's learnings. And you really helped us, I think, refine our vision. So at that time, very blue sky thinking in the corporate way, that we were going to make sure that every village in the country had access to an orchard. And Kath quite quickly brought us back down to earth and told us that wouldn't be possible in the timeframes that we were looking at. But we set out together what the project could be and realistically what we could achieve and how we would achieve that. Kath's going to give you a bit more detail now on helping Britain blossom and what the project delivers. We will probably come back to it, but one of the key things was setting out upfront the principles of the partnership and the project, which were that we would always put local people first, that sustainability would remain at the core, and that we would have a passion for quality, so that it would be a quality over quantity project. And that really remains throughout. And anytime we have a discussion or we don't know where to go next, or there's a question mark over a decision that needs made, we come back to those three principles that were set out at the beginning, and that really helps us determine where and how we address that challenge. So I think I'm going to chat to you again shortly, but Kath's going to just tell you a bit about the project and Urban Orchard Project's take on that.
So as Claire said, can you hear me? So we started out as the London Orchard Project. We're a tiny charity. We started 5 years ago, and we started just in London. So through this project, we've been able to expand our operations into 6 or 7 major cities within the UK, and we had to rebrand to the Urban Orchard Project because nobody in Birmingham wants the London Orchard Project coming to tell them what to do. But this partnership enabled to achieve some of the ambitions of the charity and was an amazing opportunity for us. So the project's called Helping Britain Blossom, and the aim of this project is to plant, restore or improve access to 100 community orchards throughout Britain by 2016. And community orchards bring huge benefits to urban areas. You know, all the biodiversity aspects that orchards bring, they improve green space, they're improving food security. And actually one of the key elements of our work is to create sustainable orchards. So our model is that we work with communities who want orchards. We won't parachute into an area that doesn't want an orchard and just plant some trees. We really want that community to want the orchard, and then we'll support that community in the skills and training they need to plant and look after those trees, and we'll encourage them to do lots of other engagement activities, so having wassails and apple days and thinking about how we can use the project. And orchards become a complete focal point of urban areas, so that we've seen massive transformations in terms of how that green space was, you know, just used as a dog toilet, is now a really cherished local space. So yes, I've talked about our model, and when we started this partnership, it was quite frightening for us as a small charity. We've came from a very deep green perspective. The charity actually arose from the Transition Town movement, and a lot of our stakeholders are very deep green activists. So there was a lot of scepticism and anxiety about what it would be like to partner with a multinational company. And there were quite a few challenges in addressing those and making sure that there was understanding on both sides. So that was one of the key challenges for us. But when we actually looked at the aims of what Heineken wanted to achieve with this project and what we wanted to achieve, they completely aligned. And that really helped persuade my stakeholders, my trustees and the people that we work with, that this was a good project. But it's been a really interesting partnership for us. Very surprising in terms of how we've been able to work with this massive, massive company. So it was very risky for us as well. You know, we're tiny. We started out with only 3 members of staff. Here is this multinational charity with billions of pounds. but it's felt a completely equal partnership. They listened to us about the design of the programme and took on board all of our kind of worries from the very beginning, and I think that's been really instrumental in making sure that this partnership's worked. We have a lot of communication between us. Both organisations have invested a lot of time in communication, and that means that we've built up trust over the time we've been working together, and have those difficult discussions. You know, there's always tensions within partnerships, but because we have very good communication, we're able to address some of those things.
Yeah, I think I'll just pick up on that in terms of some of the challenges. So Kath mentioned that the Urban Orchard Project, they were a small charity, and then they were the London Orchard Project. So very quickly, on almost overnight, we quadrupled, through Helping Britain Blossom, we quadrupled the size of the charity. We rebranded you and helped you on your own rebranding project very, very quickly. And that perhaps isn't in line with how you would work normally and how the speed at which maybe Heineken is used to doing things. So on one hand, we have quadrupled the size of this charity, thank you. Quadrupled the size of this charity, and we're looking at how we work in communities and we deliver for communities, at the same time keeping our eye on the business targets, and so we know that we need to meet our target of delivering 100 community orchards, and we want to measure and evaluate the impact that is having on the communities, to be able to bring that back and demonstrate the value of the project to the business, but at the same time recognising that community development is a slow burner. Orchards are a slow burner. We will put trees on the ground now, but we won't necessarily see the benefits of those orchards and the fruit that they're producing, and how the community is coming together for a number of years. And that's something that we really had to learn over the last year. We're only a year old in partnership with the Urban Orchard Project. So yeah, it's not without its challenges, I would say, but I think that the trust that we're building up over time is really helping us in delivering that.
Thank you.